What's up, everybody, and welcome to my official 𝘔𝘠𝘰 YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video because, guys, I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to share with you, but it all starts here. I'm going to be bringing you guys so much exclusive behind-the-scenes content and just everything that I'm doing with my brand. So you're in the right place. But first and foremost, I really want to introduce who I am, the founder of this brand, the CEO of this brand, and just the visionary behind everything that's about to happen. So my name is 𝘕'𝘪𝘩 James, and I am the founder of 𝘔𝘠𝘰. This came about with this brand was started through so much like adversity, ups and downs, and I just want to be able to create a space where I can share with you guys everything 𝘔𝘠𝘰. So in this box, I am going to be sharing with you guys some pictures, and these are like my 𝘔𝘠𝘰 pictures. These are all the pictures that I'm going to keep with me forever because it really went into the making of how this brand came about. So it's going to be a few pictures. I'm going to explain to you guys the meaning behind the picture, where I was in my life, and kind of just why it means a lot to me and why it means something for this brand. So for starters, like I said, my name is 𝘕'𝘪𝘩, and I'm a former track and field athlete. I ran track at the lowest level, which is JUCO, and at Arkansas Baptist, my absolute favorite alma mater. I then transferred to Florida State University, where I specialized in all the sprints and became multi-accoladed athlete. But I ended up at USC in Los Angeles, which I also really cherish deeply. And so 𝘔𝘠𝘰 really came about through my athletic journey. I really wanted to, form something that I could keep forever. Being an athlete, you kind of build a body, you build a story, you build all of those things. And so throughout my journey, with all of these colleges and everything like that, that's kind of, what made me want to say, okay, I want to build something for myself. So I'm going to be opening this box, y'all. This is the 𝘔𝘠𝘰 picture box, the pictures that went into the making of this brand, and let's see what it is. So the first picture I got for you guys is 2018 𝘕'𝘪𝘩. And this 𝘕'𝘪𝘩 just won a meet at JUCO. I was at junior college. I was running pretty decent times, but this guy had just became a champion at one of the biggest meets, winning the 200 meters and like a record-breaking time for the school at the time, and I was just like happy about it. So I got these medals, these trophies, these mini trophies in my hand, and I remember posting this picture and being like, okay, I'm just gonna post it because I thought I looked good, but I wasn't really expecting the picture to do well. I was really just happy that I won the trophies, and y'all, this took Instagram by storm. So this was one of the first times where I was like, okay, I may have something here. Like this may be, this may be something there that I may need to look into. So not only was I a champion, but this was one of the first pictures that went viral for me. And then I just say it's significant because it kind of started the trajectory of where we're about to go. The next picture here is 𝘕'𝘪𝘩 2019, 2020. So I'm at Florida State at this point. I'm doing well on the track and in my classes, and I'm now rocking the leg sleeve that everyone talks about. Now, the reason that this picture is so significant in the telling of the story for this brand is because this guy was kind of like becoming aware of who he was. I feel like this picture, not only did it take Instagram by storm, and a lot of people were like commenting on my legs and my athleticism and everything like that, but I just felt like the man. And so I was like, okay, I'm starting to own my story. I'm starting to own who I am. I'm starting to own my tattoo. I'm starting to own my talent. And that's going to be very pivotal in the telling of this story and why I wanted to create my own brand. So this will always be a significant picture for me. All right, so next, I'm starting to feel myself, y'all. And this picture is a bit provocative. It's a bit much. Y'all gonna laugh at it. But this is 𝘕'𝘪𝘩 2020. And as you guys can see, I'm rocking underwear. Now, I was like, okay, I really want to. I posted this picture on Instagram, mind you. This was a bold thing to do, but I tagged Calvin Klein, I tagged everybody, and they were like, "Yo, 𝘕'𝘪𝘩, are you cool, bro?" But this just goes to show And though it's a bit provocative, this just goes to show how much I'm passionate about underwear and how much I really desire to be an underwear model or be an underwear influencer or whatever like that. Like to post something like this, which I probably wouldn't do today unless you pay me. But this is an old photo that I actually posted. And it just goes to show like Kason was really trying to get into his underwear bag, and I think that's just really significant because I was genuinely like posting these pictures like, okay, I'm a email tag, and the pictures were doing really well, but I just don't think that maybe this is how I should have went about getting the attention of the biggest brand in the world. But it's just real. It's authentic. It showed that Kason 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was really wanting to step into this field. Was really wanting to dominate. The underwear line thing. And mind you, I was an athlete, so a lot of people were commenting on my body and kind of like hyping me up. And so they were like, you can do this, you can do this. So I just took it upon myself, and I'm always going to be bold in my endeavors. And this was just me being bold in my endeavors and really going after it. So that's that. Now this next photo is very important to me, and important to the making of this brand. This is Kason 2021. This is where things kind of started to change in my life, on and off the track. So at this point, I'm at Florida State. I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's, and I'm going through like a comeback. Like I was injured so many times at Florida State, and I was just kind of going through a whole lot of up and downs. I wasn't getting like any brand recognition or anything like that. And so this picture is actually kind of like my comeback story, to where I'm at ACCs. I'm about to be ACC Performer of the Year. As you can see, my leg tat is showing. This picture went viral, but that's the face of somebody that kind of like that's determined. I think that right here is when I knew that I had it within myself to not only like be the comeback kid, but that I had enough grit to do anything that I put my mind to. And this is where my story just really started to take a life of its own. I was like, okay, like not only do I know who I am on and off the track, I know what my talent is. Like I'm gonna go after my dreams full force, and I ended up becoming the meet record holder, the performer of the year. There's just so many things. You can look it up. North Carolina State, Kason James, 200-meter record. This is 2021. But guys, after that, I did end up graduating from Florida State. However, I had a COVID year because I was initially supposed to graduate in 2020. And being that I had a COVID year on the track, I ended up transferring to the University of Southern California, one of my dream schools in my dream city, and it was just like such a blessing for me. It's so much to say in the telling of that story, but I'll keep it important to like the brand or whatever. So I ended up transferring to USC, and full ride scholarship, and I get there, and I'm on the street of LA, and I don't know if a lot of you have been to LA or whatever, but there's like a lot of posters on the streets in LA. And when I was walking to the grocery store one day, I just kept seeing like these posters of this company called MeUndies. And MeUndies is a big underwear brand founded in LA. It's largely based in LA. I think the owner is based out of LA. It was just like a really big underwear brand there. And so I was like, yo, like it took me back to me posting those underwear pictures, me wanting to be an underwear model. Of course I'm still running track, so I can't fully focus on it, but I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go to this MeUndies department store. I'm going to get me some underwear from there that I really like. I'm going to hire a photographer. I'm going to book a shooting space, and I'm going to reach out to the brand to see if I can get me a brand sponsorship, the same way I was trying to do with Calvin Klein. May have not went about the best way. Y'all saw the pictures, but I was like, I'm gonna do this, and that's exactly what I did, y'all.
The next picture right here is me in the shoe of the MeUndies that I went and purchased, and I killed these photos, y'all. Like I look good. I ain't gonna lie. Like I had a full photographer. I booked the space. I was like, yo, I'm taking this to the next level. Like this picture right here, along with this picture blew up, y'all, on IG. I took it down and everything. Like I did this like for Halloween. Like I kind of was like, there's some more horrors in this house or something like that, and the picture started blowing up. And I have a MeUndies, I tagged MeUndies and everything like that. And then I DM'd I want to say the founder of MeUndies, and I was like, oh, he was gonna DM me back. He's gonna DM me back. You know, I'm hopeful, y'all. Why is the man DM me that? This is the actual DMs that I have of me and the MeUndies CEO. And he really liked the pictures. He was like, this is really nice. It's really cool. Like, what are you looking for? Like, what would you like to do with MeUndies? And so I was expressing to him, like, you know, I'm really passionate about the underwear. And, like, I'm really passionate about, you know, like, good underwear or whatever like that. And I was telling him, like, I would love to have a sponsorship deal with MeUndies. And y'all, I don't know if you can see it all, but he was pretty much agreeing to it. And he was like, we're going to do a 1-year deal with a $5,000, you know, retainment or whatever, and all I would have, you know, he was pretty much letting me know, like, how the sponsorship would look. And I just remember being so happy. I remember being so relieved, like, wow, like, the first time it may not have worked, you know, the second time it may not have worked, but I worked my ass off on the track. I worked my ass off in the classroom. I'm here at USC. This must be what God has for me. Because I did all the right things. Like, I dominated on the track. You know, I was, you know, trying my best to be a good person. But I was really just going after what I believed in. And to get this response just took me over the roof. But when it came to time for him to put pen to paper, he never responded. And to me, that was just more hurtful than him not responding in the first place. And I was kind of like let down because I was really hopeful that, you know, it was going to come through. And so he just ended up not responding again.
I was like, damn. Like, I think I took that one the hardest because I really thought I had a budget, like they had a budget. I thought I had it in the bag. But lo and behold, I ended up finishing out my USC career, national champion, doing what I got to do on the track. Shout out to USC. Shout out to everybody there. Y'all know who y'all are. It was an amazing season, so I can't say it was all bad. Like, I was blessed, and God had something different for me at that time. But when I ended up graduating, I kept on doing the underwear pictures. This is K-Son 2022. Another, you know, shoot with 𝘔'𝘕𝘪𝘦. I just hired my own photographer. I started taking the pictures, and I was like, yo, this is gonna blow. This is gonna blow. Like, I just would not let up. And I ended up just him and them as well. 𝘔'𝘕𝘪𝘦. Look at this. This is 2022, October, December. Like, I'm just hitting up these brands and like, yo, sponsor me. Like, my pictures are getting like 10,000 likes. There were people who were sponsors that were sponsored by these brands that weren't getting half of the engagement that I was getting. So I just kind of like didn't understand, like, why aren't I getting, like, you know, some recognition? Why aren't I getting a brand deal? Why aren't I getting something, even if it's just seeding me some product? Like, you know, I wasn't getting that. So I was like, yo, something's up. But as you can see, this is just important to me today because I was really grinding, like taking the pictures, doing the groundwork. Same thing here, like with Boohoo Man, like just taking pictures, and they actually responded to me as well, and they said that somebody was gonna be in touch with me, and I don't know, it just never ended up happening. So I kind of was in my own head, like I was still running track, I was still like doing the different brand deals that were given to me. A lot of them were based on like sports and athletics because I was so successful in that lane, but nothing that I really wanted as far as like fashion and like different underwear brands. So I just remember like my brother coming to me one day and he was like, you know what, brother, you should start your own brand. And I was like, yeah, I thought of that before. He was like, no, for real. Like, you should start your own underwear brand. Like, that would be so dope. And me and him had talked about this for years. But he was like, you should do it. And it was something about him saying at that time that really resonated with me, and it clicked. And I was like, I should. Like, what do I have to lose? Like, I don't really have anything to lose. Like, I've graduated at this point. I'm not really working a full-time job. I'm kind of just taking things as they come, and the brand deals were good, you know, like I was making it, but I didn't really have nothing concrete. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I just remember sitting down and being like, what do I want to name this brand? How does this look? What would be the logo? And just like weeks of just going back and forth and like, you know, talking to people, trying to get their opinion on different things, mostly like my close friends and family. And this next picture that I'm about to show you guys, brace yourself because it's also a bit provocative, but this was what the 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 logo is based off of. So I was like, I knew I wanted my brand name to be 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 because my middle name is 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩, and I've always been infatuated with my middle name. I remember just like asking my mom, like, yeah, how you spell my name again? Like, just being infatuated with that 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 name. And I was like, okay, 𝘔𝘔𝘪𝘩. It's a kind of a play on ménage à trois, like the three-way domestic relationship type of thing. And I was like, it just goes Nicki Minaj, 𝘔𝘔𝘪𝑗. Oh, I don't want to say Nicki Minaj. But I was like, okay, so 𝘔𝘔𝘪𝑗 is going to be the thing. So when I was looking for the logo, I know I wanted it to form an M. And guys, this picture is what the actual logo is based upon. So as you can see, this is a woman in the middle with her hair down, and this is two males on the end. And it forms an M, and I was like, this is different. This is dope. Like, I really like this. I like this like positioning of the logo, and I just kept on playing with it. So the logo is really based off of, I know a lot of people made assumptions like, oh, it's this, it's that. I really was enjoying listening to what you guys interpreted the logo to be, but this is actually the picture that inspired the logo for me. I just felt like it went with the name, the meaning of it, and everything like that. So this is the 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 to our logo. Yeah, it's very important. I'm always keep that. All right, so we're winding down here, y'all. This is actually the first photo shoot that I did for 𝘔𝘔𝘪𝘩, and to me, it's just very important to me because this was like a full circle moment. I'm still kind of like living in the dream of like seeing things materialize. It just kind of like, it's surreal for me because honestly, I still feel like I've been in my brainstorming phase. Like, my brother coming to me saying like, oh, you should start this brand, it still feels like I'm saying, yeah, I'll do it. So to see these pictures of like, oh, this is the logo, this is the underwear, you have them on, like you're introducing this to the world, it's just so surreal. And I would never take it for granted. I would never not cherish this picture right here, because this also was just like a all me type of thing. Like, I put together the set. At this point I have the underwear in hand. Like, I'm just coming up with creative ways to show it. And this is 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩. So if those of you don't know, that me and 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 have the same birthday, December 22nd, and I'm extremely inspired by him, and his artwork and his life is just so iconic to me. So I kind of like wanted to do a one-off of one of my favorite pictures by him. He's actually, you know, working, he's painting, he's doing what he do best, and I am just kind of like doing the same thing. I'm like creating my brand and all that stuff. So these are like my two favorite pictures because this is my favorite person. This is me doing something that is impactful, something that I love to do, and we're both being creative. So that's so fun to me. And lastly, but certainly not least, my absolute favorite photo of all is this one right here. This is the day that I actually received the 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 underwear prototypes in my mom's house, like when they got mailed by my manufacturer. And I just got chills all over my body because I couldn't believe like it was here. And like my brother, my family, everyone was there, and they was like, oh my god, like they look so good. And a part of me was able to see the end right there in the beginning. Like, a part of me saw the success, a part of me saw everything that's going to come from this, like all of the happiness that is going to come from this brand, the people that are going to be touched, the people that are going to be able to be themselves, to be free, to be creative through this brand, the people that are going to be able to see themselves in this. I was able to just feel a glimpse of all of that while, you know, having these underwear in my hand. And as you can see, my expression shows it all. I don't think I'll ever be able to get that feeling back because it was just a one and done type of situation. So those are my 𝘔𝘕𝘪𝘩 pictures in the box, and it just is very explanatory of why I wanted to start this brand. But I'll end it off saying this, guys. As you see, I kind of like watching you do a timeline of why I wanted to start this brand and what it means to me and how it came about. But a lot of it was to show you guys, like, I was rejected so many times. I was told no so many times. I was overlooked so many times. And I was even not, people didn't respond to me. So what I want to do with this brand is I really want to put a huge emphasis on my brand ambassadors, the people that support me. And I want to show them that you're seen through my brand. There will never be a person that purchased from me that will not feel like I haven't seen them. Everyone knows that if you purchase from me, I write everybody a personalized thank you note along with their shipment. And I want to come up with ways that is just going to highlight and elevate those people that are a part of this brand. So I do have a upcoming ambassadorship program where I'm going to be choosing one person a month to highlight. And you guys are going to have an experience like never before. Never before will a brand do for you what 𝘔𝘪𝘩 is about to do. And I don't even want to get into the details, but I really enjoy, making people feel seen, making people feel appreciated, because you should always feel that way. And so I think this experience and this timeline and just my story, my journey has shown me how important it is to be heard, to be accepted, to be responded to. And so that is why I wanted to create this brand. That is why I have 𝘔𝘪𝘩 now, because I was told no. So I just created my own. And so guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's going to be so much on this channel that I feel like you guys are going to be proud of. I feel like you guys are going to be laughing at. I feel like you guys are going to be crying at. I feel like you guys are just going to see yourself in this process, because I'm just a regular guy figuring it out. Thank you to everybody that has been supporting me, that has been buying my underwear, that has been buying, everything, that all my special limited editions, all of that stuff. Like, I see you, I'm thankful, and I'm finally back on my Zoom. And it's been a while because I've been in a transition phase again, just like moving and figuring things out. But y'all, when I tell you I'm 100% dedicated to this brand, and I'm not gonna stop, I'm not letting my foot off the gas this time. So thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to share more with you guys, but until next time, see you later.